A life settlement refers to the sale of an existing insurance policy to a third party for a one-time cash payment. Now, payment is more than the surrender value, but typically less than the actual death benefit. After the sale, the purchaser becomes the policy's beneficiary and assumes payment of the premiums. And by doing so, they receive the death benefit when the insured dies. My guest is Brent Lee with fourthoption.com. So Brent, welcome back, and explain what a life settlement is and when to use it.
Life settlement is a fascinating conversation. So a life settlement is, it's a transaction really where somebody has a life insurance policy that they either no longer need or want or sometimes can afford, and it's selling it to some sort of an investment group that wants to buy that as an investment. It sounds a little strange, somebody buying your life insurance policy, they collect the money when you die. But for years and decades, the life insurance industry has preached that this is an asset. And it's simply allowing somebody to use this like you would any other asset that when you don't need it, don't want it, can't afford it, it allows you to sell it, and oftentimes you can sell it for quite a nice profit given today's market conditions.
Why or when is it a great time to sell a life insurance policy?
So with life insurance, you want to make sure that it's something that you don't need or don't want. There's nothing worse than somebody lapsing or surrendering a policy and then 3 months later saying, man, I wish I had that back. So you want to talk to someone that's qualified to help you unpack if that's something that you need or don't need. But when the decision's made that you don't need this anymore, this is a phenomenal process to go in. Oftentimes you get, most people think when they simply lapse their policy or surrender their policy, they take the cash value, the surrender value inside the policy. Oftentimes you can sell it for considerable amounts more than the surrender value. With the market conditions going on right now, it's actually a very, very unique time with interest rates being what they are, with the stock market down, with real estate being at all-time highs. There's private equity groups coming out of the woodwork right now to buy life insurance policies. Here's why. Regardless of recessions, of economies, of the markets, it's the perfect non-correlating asset. You're buying people's life expectancy, and that doesn't change, other than probably COVID. It doesn't really change whether the stock market's up or interest rates are down, or what's going on with the bonds. So they are clamoring to go to this non-correlating asset right now, and that's driving prices through the roof, and it's actually a phenomenal time, probably the best time in 20 years to get maximum value for a life insurance policy that you've been paying for quite some time on, and you just simply don't need any longer.
So as a consumer looking at this, it feels like somebody buying my insurance and waiting for me to die. How does that work?
That's a fantastic question. That's probably the number one question. Are they just sitting around hoping I die soon? You got to understand, these private equity groups manage billions and billions of dollars. They're buying thousands and tens of thousands of these policies every year. What they're really buying is they're buying life expectancy. So if one of my clients' life expectancy is 85 years old, and they're buying 1,000 policies or 10,000 policies for people that have a life expectancy of 85 years old, they don't care who dies sooner or who lives longer. As long as the average is 85, their investment works. So they're not following anybody around. They're not cutting brake lines. They're not feeding you extra bacon. They don't care. As long as they're doing a law of large numbers, and as long as on average everybody dies around their life expectancy, it's great for the consumer, for my clients. It's great for the investment groups that are doing this.
That's Brent Lee with fourthoption.com. Thanks for watching Retirement News Online.